has just been triggered, shifting from the Taiwan Strait directly to the deserts of Arizona. We are about to decode this mystery right now.
The Evacuation Protocol. Why Taiwan is spending $500 billion to Americanize the brain of humanity. Hsinchu, late at night. The fluorescent lights in TSMC's clean rooms never flicker, never fade. But on the strategic maps at the Pentagon, this island glows as a crimson flashpoint of geopolitical risk. An unprecedented directive has been issued, $500 billion, nearly the GDP of an average nation, ordered to shift to the far shore of the ocean. This is no ordinary commercial trade. It is a strategic evacuation to protect the brain of humanity before a potential conflict turns the world's most advanced chip foundries into ash and bone. Welcome to the Money Mantra. In a rapidly changing world, mastering the language of money is your ultimate advantage. We provide high-value insights for reaching extraordinary and sustainable success. History repeats a singular pattern. When a center of power feels threatened, it scatters its vital resources to safer havens. Taiwan is executing this exact sequence by pouring $250 billion in direct capital and $250 billion in credit guarantees into American soil. The objective? To duplicate the Hsinchu miracle in the heart of Arizona. This is the synthesis of Taiwan's manufacturing prowess and America's security architecture. By constructing international standard industrial parks on U.S. soil, Taipei is forging a sustainable industrial axis. The process, from design to packaging, is being redistributed across a safer geography, reducing reliance on the Taiwan Strait hotspot while maintaining an unbreakable economic umbilical cord. The 5-point strategy and the price of binding. The 5-point war machine, when semiconductors become a national firewall. An F-35 fighter jet roars off a carrier deck. Inside its electronic brain are semiconductors so small they are invisible to the naked eye, yet powerful enough to process billions of calculations per second. Previously, those chips had to transit the turbulent Taiwan Strait. Now, thanks to the $500 billion pact, they are born on American soil. The Pentagon understands a brutal truth. In modern warfare, he who controls the hardware controls reality. This collaboration is not scattered. It focuses on 5 core pillars that military minds consider the fatal points of modern conflict. Semiconductors are the foundation, AI is the brain, and cybersecurity is the firewall. This model establishes a new division of labor. America designs, Taiwan manufactures. With 2nm N2 chips soon deploying in the U.S., Washington secures the cutting-edge tech for AI servers and a localized supply of military-grade components. Chips are no longer just electronics, they are the bricks of a firewall against industrial espionage. Washington treating Taiwan as a sovereign partner, equal to Japan or the EU, is a sledgehammer blow to old geopolitical doctrines, asserting Taiwan's independent status within the new security framework. Taiwan's national ledger now records a staggering figure, $500 billion in debt and guarantees. It is an all-in gamble with foreign reserves. If the chip market hits a surplus or U.S. legal hurdles arise, this strategic advantage could become a financial noose. Yet, from the perspective of survival, Taipei has no second choice. They are making themselves an indispensable organ within the body of the American superpower. Unlike Japan or Korea's rigid government-led models, Taiwan uses private giants like TSMC as the vanguard, while they retain core R&D secrets at home while binding their fate to Washington. Stage 5 decoded. Survival dependency and the math of collapse. Washington, D.C., Situation Room. Reports of China dominating 5G infrastructure and green energy in the global south hit the table. The U.S. realizes a grim reality. They can no longer compete on price or production speed. When an empire can no longer outbuild its rival, it begins to possess the most vital assets of its allies to sustain its own life. The $500 billion deal is an emergency blood transfusion in Stage 5, when America no longer requests cooperation but demands a guarantee of survival. In the six-stage collapse model of the Vault, Stage 5 appears when a superpower faces internal emptiness. The sign? The U.S. loses the ability to self-produce core components of weaponry and tech, sub-7 nanometer chips. The action? Instead of internal investment, they force satellites to migrate their entire ecosystems to U.S. territory. Taiwan shifting 40% of its semiconductor ecosystem is not market expansion, it is resource fortification. America is building a technological citadel within its borders to prepare for Stage 6, total conflict or absolute isolation. Taiwan has created a reverse dependency. By placing TSMC plants in Arizona, they graft their heartbeat into the American continent. If China attacks, they aren't just hitting an island, they're hitting the life support of the U.S. military. Stage 5 always comes with a trap: depletion of reserves. Taiwan is wagering $500 billion, a figure that could shatter their foreign exchange stability. The math of collapse shows when a nation spends too much to buy external security, it risks internal financial ruin before the enemy even strikes. America is in a similar spiral, offering massive subsidies that deepen its $38 trillion debt. The $500 billion deal is the ultimate proof that the world has entered Stage 5. The old order is gone, the new one is built on semiconductor concrete and transoceanic debt. At Money Mantra, we don't look at handshakes, we look at the flow of capital. When the first 2 nanometer chips leave U.S. lines, the silicon shield reaches maturity, or the island completes its mission to become a technological hollow shell. The pattern is operating exactly as recorded in Rome and Britain. The question is, where will you stand when Stage 6 begins?